Hey, welcome back to I Drank the Kool-Aid Part 4, Timer Started. As I said in Part 3, that I sometimes like to go back and review my MO to understand, to verify that it still stands up due to Chiefs changes. Now, I have some elevations right here. And as I said with my exterior elevations, I have a unique layer set for each elevation because sometimes, for this simple reason, sometimes I want to show the fences on one view but not the other. So for me, I have to have separate layer sets for these different elevation views. But do I have to have different anno sets? No. Do I have different anno sets? Yes, because I didn't know what I was doing. So I've changed the anno set for this, which changes the text style to this, which I get. And that's what I want to show from now on. That's how big I want to show the dimensions from now on, okay? So I want to show that for this right here, for this. You see how much smaller the dimensions are? So let's open this up. There it is right there. The anno set, oh shit. The layer set is front, but the anno set is going to be left. Because if I'm not mistaken, that's going to give me a very big text. If I'm not, because I've already changed it. I've already changed it. If you don't follow this, I don't fucking care, man. I'm trying to understand it myself. I can barely understand it myself. It just boggles my mind. Ah, there it is, very big. So what I'm getting at is a mistake I have made in the past is for elevations. Floor plan views are different than elevations, but for elevations, forget it. W, I don't even have to update this. No, I don't even, but, oh, maybe I do. Huh. Why didn't that happen? Front. I want to use the left anno set, the left elevation anno sets for this, which means the text is going to be larger. Hey, this is confusing. I swear it is. There, much bigger. Control save, Control W. Yes, I want to update it. Yes, I didn't think I have to do. I didn't think I have to do the yes, but maybe I do. And now the text should be much larger in layout. So the point is, what I'm getting at is on my elevations, I definitely want different layer sets because I want to be able to control whether the fences are shown or not. Very specific. But I want the same anno set, which is the same size dimensions. That's my point. I didn't get it again. Why didn't I get it again? Why didn't I get it again? Hold on, stop. So here I am, and I'm using, what am I using here? I'm not sure what I'm using. The layer set should be front. The layer set should be front because I want to control I want a separate layer set, okay? Because I want to be able to determine whether my fences are on or off. Very specific, very specific. But I want the anno set to be left because I want the big text. Let me see if I get this. God, man, I'm so freaking confused. Okay, it's my bad. I want the, oh, I know. Oh, here you go, front. I want to go to I want the front. I want the front anno set. So the question is, with my front anno set, which layer set is it using? That's the question. And I want to use the left elevation anoset. It makes sense to me. I know it doesn't make sense to you, but it does make sense to me now. So uh, if I are, if my anoset is front, the name is front, my layer set is going to be A2 left. That's what I want to do. Look, I would change this name or something, but that's what I want to do. Just follow me on this. Don't follow me on it, because I can't follow myself on it. Motherfucker. Stop. Okay, let me try this. I definitely want the front. See this up here? Oh, shit. It's not right again. Hold on. Nuts. I just figured it out. I think I just figured it out. That's why, in my mind, layer sets should be king. That's why layer set should be king. Because I want this layer set, which defines whether my fences are on or off, but I want the ano set that shows big tech, big dimensions. But because ano sets are king, it messes things up. Stop. Okay, welcome back to I drank the Kool-Aid Part 4 timer started. Let me see if I can try to sum this up. I think it was Doug who said he thinks the ano set should go even further, determining whether he thinks it should go even further. And he says, I think he says this, he says, I think it should go even further that depending upon what ano set you choose determines whether the color is on or off. Well, I don't agree with that. I can change the color on and off with a simple hotkey. Color on, color off. He says, well, he thinks it should go further in that depending upon the ano set that's selected, determines whether the snaps are on or off, or the angles are on or off. Well, I think that could be handled with a hotkey. So I don't think that's the way to do it. I think KT talks about not linking. God, I'm so confused here. When you select an ano set or whatever you select, that does not define the layer set. So he has to first select the ano set, and then he selects the layer set, or he selects the layer set, and then he selects the ano set. Two selections. It works, but that's not what I would do. I think Joe and Perry, if I'm not mistaken, they would just as soon select the ano set, the floor plan ano set, and then determine, and then go over here and select the layer set. That works too. Beauty of the program. Many different options. Me, I just want to be able to select. I want to make one selection: A4 floor plan electrical. There it is. Period. Or I want to go to A4 upper framing. I've selected the ano set and the layer set. One select, one choice, and everything's selected. And you're talking about how many ano sets I have. I have a lot of them, but there's always a purpose for them. Move property line. Here's an ano set that I have that selects a particular layer set, and that layer set defines which layers are locked and unlocked. So I can come over here and select all this, and I can move. That's the site. That's the property line and the driveway. Yeah, the driveway should be on a different layer, so it's locked into the house itself. But what I'm getting at is I have experienced a time when I actually want to take this site. I know that's the property line. I know that's the property line, but it's actually the actual relationship to the house is like this. You get what I'm saying? So I can select the property line and rotate it because when I go out and do as-bills, I can dead on nail the as-bill of the house itself, and I can nail how the driveway relates to the house and how the swimming pool relates to the house. But the property line itself and the street itself might be a little different. I had a project just the other day that I thought the property was like this in respect to the house, based on whatever field measurements I could get. But after someone went out there and surveyed it, they really said the property line was like this to the house. So because I had this special, look at this, site plan move property line, because I have that, I can select the site itself. And I can select the property line and the street, which is tied into the property line, and rotate it in respect to the house to the right orientation. Now this isn't as important. This particular anno set is not as important if you're doing a brand new house, but I do a lot of remodels. And most of the time I can get the existing conditions related to the property line right on. But in a particular project just recently, it was off. And I had to actually rotate the property line to the house. And so by selecting this anno set, which selected this layer set, which locked the house itself, locked the house layers, the walls and whatever, but it left the property lines unlocked, I was able to rotate the street and the property lines with respect to the house. You get what I'm saying? Stop. So to restate this, I like the Rihanna. I like to consider this up here, the Rihanna. It selects the ref set, Rihanna, the layer set, and the anno set. But I understand it does not set the ref set. That's where Chief fell short. So it's the Yano. It selects the layer set and the anno set, which works pretty good for me. So that's the way I like to work. So the whole purpose of this video is to talk about, well, different approaches to dealing with the relationship between anno sets and layer sets. That's all we're talking about here. Stop. Finally, I'm going to sum this up real quick. I'm going to finally sum this up. And how am I going to say this? I'm going to say that I think Jim is right. If I had my way, I think the way it's set up now, it's the tail wagging the dog, not the dog wagging the tail. In that, anno sets are defining layer sets, and not layer sets defining anno sets. And here's the perfect example right here. Here's my left elevation. I don't want to show the windows for whatever stupid reason. I don't want to show on the left elevation. I don't want to show the windows, but I want to use the same anno set as all the other exterior elevations. And all the other exterior elevations, I want to show the windows. Replace windows for fences or whatever. In my example, is actually fences. In some of my exterior elevations, I want to show the fences. Sometimes I don't. For whatever reason. And here it is, R. Anno set is left. Layer set is A2 left. Just imagine that if this was the instead of being the annotation set, if this was the layer set, I could set my layer set. And with my layer set, I don't want to show the windows, or I don't want to show the fence. But I can still use, instead of layer set, substitute anno set right here. But I want to use the same anno set for all four elevations. Front, rear, right, left, I want to have the same annotation set. Same annotation set. But the layer set is different. Because sometimes I want to show the fence, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I want to show the window, sometimes I don't, depending upon left, right, or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? More flexible. Why is why is Ano set king? That's the point of what I'm just talking about right now. Why is Ano set king? And I get it that Perry and JC like the Ano set king. I get that. Don't change it. Don't change it for me. Leave it for. But this is why if it was if I had the druthers, I would this instead of saying annotation set, it would say layer set. So I would pick my left layer set, which had the windows off, and then I would select instead of layer set right here, instead of layer set, it'd be annotation set. And so my annotation set for all elevations, the front, rear, right, left, is the same. Does that make sense? You know, it's kind of like how you approach it, how you thinking about it, how you working with it. So I'm just talking about how I would work with it. Perry and Joe work with it differently. I get that. I just think it'd be more flexible if I was able to if this was layer set and I was able to select my layer set and my layer set and what my point is here is that would reduce the number of anno sets that I have. But because the anno sets is king, I have to have a lot of anno sets. I'm done. I'm done. Just some thinking. That's it. That's the end.